Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I have for you guys a new stamping polish from Clear Jelly Stamper, which I am so excited about. I love when Clear Jelly Stamper launches new polishes. And some of these, just by looking at them, are some that I was hoping that we would see from them. I love their metallic finishes. I think they're so versatile. When they come out with metallic stamping polishes, generally they stamp so well and they just add a nice little pop to the nails. And what I like about this collection in particular is that they've launched it during the fall, which is when I find that I want some of these more metallic type of shades. And also it looks like we might kind of have a little bit of our rose gold that we're looking for. When I first had them in the packaging, I was like, oh yes, finally we got our like actual legit hardware rose gold. And now that I'm kind of looking at them in the package, I'm like, I'm not too sure if they're kind of my definition of a rose gold. So we're gonna do some stamping swatches of these just so we can see how they look on black and white stamping nails, so you guys can get an idea of how they look on lighter or darker nails. And then we also have a new stamping plate releasing today as well. So this is CJS number 167, and this is called We Be Trippin'. And it is just that. It's like a very trippy type of plate. And the new stamping polish collection is called the Candy Shop collection as well. So we're gonna use an image in here for when we stamp. So I don't want one of these images that's gonna like really take over the black or white that we're stamping it on. I want something like this that's a little bit more open so that when I stamp it, you can still see the black and white kind of poking through. So I think that's the image that I'm going to use. But this type of stamping plate is really good for like clown nails. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that stamps. This one would actually stamp really neat too. But I think we're gonna use this one because this will give us a really good concentrated look at the stamping polishes, but also you can see the black and white through. So I'm just gonna go over a little bit of the basics of stamping in this video, just because whenever I post stamping videos, I always get the same type of questions or the same type of comments from people who are kind of struggling with stamping. So a little briefing on the basics of stamping, and more specifically stamping with Clear Jelly Stamper products. If you don't want to see all this because you're an avid stamper, you can jump to this part of the video here and it'll just take you into the swatchings of the new colors. But first off, I'm just gonna put my Clear Jelly Stamper Mat down. I didn't always love using this, if I'm being completely truthful with you guys, but now it's just, I just love it. Every single time that I do stamping like this, I like to put it down. It protects my work surface. It's actually super easy to clean, and I think that was something that I just kind of struggled with initially, but you can clean it with just soap and water, and then the actual top of here, when it's covered in stamping, I just take a wipe with some acetone and it comes right off. So speaking of wipes, these are the wipes that I use for stamping. These are just wipes that you can get at Costco actually. They're just makeup remover wipes. And I really like these because they're really thick and they hold the acetone, which is what I use to clean my stamping plates as well as like my surfaces. They hold the acetone really, really well. So those are the type of wipes that I like to use too. And then this is a new addition to my stamping lineup, but you guys have seen it mentioned in many videos. These are just, I think they call these Cosmetic Sponges on Amazon too. And I like to saturate this with acetone, just like this, and kind of keep it off to the side here so that when I am stamping, I can just take my scraper after I've scraped on the plate and just kind of clean it off. That's the only purpose that this really has, if you guys see it in videos. And I get questions if I throw these out after every single use. I don't, but I'm also not working on clients very much. It's more for content creation. So I'm not entirely sure what the protocols would be in your actual nail studios if you're working on clients. But generally I just flip it over. And so a lot of times if you guys see a fresh one in videos, the other side is probably covered in stamping because I haven't finished using it. Okay, so for stampers, I'll just quickly touch on those. This is my chrome one. I use all Clear Jelly Stamper stamping products because they are my favorite. I have tried so many, you guys. I have seriously tried so many, and once I landed on Clear Jelly, I stick with it because I don't know, you guys, it's just easy. It works for me and it's just easy. They have 3 different stampers. We have the Big Bling, which was kind of like the original stamper from Clear Jelly, but not only Clear Jelly, the original clear stamper. And then we also have Baby Bling, and then we have the double-ended one. And the double-ended one is probably my favorite because I love this small end on here for precision stamping. And I love the Big Bling if you're gonna do an all-over nail, which is what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna use Big Bling. The head on the double-ended stamper, that's the medium size, is the exact same size as the Baby Bling. And then for cleanup, I always use the Clear Jelly Stamper stamping pads. When they came out with these, I was so excited for a couple of reasons. I love that this just lays nice and flat on your desk so that when you're wanting to clean your stamper, you can just quickly just go over here and just clean it off, which is what I'm gonna do. This is actually a brand new stamping head. So I'm just gonna give it just a quick wipe down, but that's all I do to prep these, and then for me, it's ready to go. But I used to use lint rollers, and I know many people still do use lint rollers, and they definitely work. They get your stamper off nice and clean. But the problem with lint rollers, I find, is they would cloud up my stamping heads. And ever since I switched to these, I don't have that problem as much. I do still get it. Like you'll notice here, this one is a well-used stamper and it is a little bit cloudy, but I use, okay, I've been doing a lot of stamping lately with chrome, and I think sometimes I kind of like interchange them without knowing. That was just kind of a rundown of the supplies that I use, and then just quickly, we're gonna touch on stamping in general. So when you first get your stamping plates, they come with a blue film. Okay, so you do wanna take this protective film off here because all your images are underneath it. When you're scraping, you wanna just do a light scrape. Like I'm not aggressively pushing on here to get it all off. It's just a light scrape, and if you notice that there's polish kind of on the sides and stuff, generally that won't transfer to your stamper, so it's not a huge deal. And you also, I don't know if you noticed, but when I was going to scrape, I pushed on the plate because you want to have the plate nice and level. And my desk here, actually right here is my desk vent, so this is not sitting on a level surface, which is not what you want. You want it to be on a level surface, but I know that it's not level, so that's why you'll see me kind of push on plates a lot, is to stabilize them, but also create like a flat surface for when I'm stamping as well. So when you're picking up your image, it's just a light flick to pick it up. I'm not aggressively pushing, I'm not stamping straight down to pick it up. I'm flicking it off like this because then it'll transfer a little bit nicer. And same thing when you go to transfer your image. If I'm doing a full image, I like to push straight down because then it's gonna transfer all around. But if I'm doing a precision image, then I'm just gonna do like kind of a light flick. Again, I'm not aggressively pushing with it either. So hopefully those little tips help you. The tips that I'm going to be stamping on so that we can see how the stamping polishes work. I'm just using from Coco & Claire my number 49 frosting and number 50 Total Eclipse black and white gel polish. These are really nice black and white gel polishes. I use them a lot for art, but this is what I've used to paint the base of these nails. And then I just went in with my Coco & Claire matte top coat. Love this matte top coat because it's tack free. I don't have to worry about removing a dispersion layer before I stamp. It's just all ready to go here. I've painted black and white swatch sticks. I tried to make these perfect, but I just couldn't get them to be like perfect. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you what this new stamping polishes look like on black and white, so on light and dark polished colors. So just keep in mind, like if you were stamping on a yellow or you're stamping on like a dark blue or something, this is just a general idea as to whether how the stamping polishes would stamp on light or dark. So let's dive into our stamping. Number 100. I can't believe Clear Jelly Stamper has 106 stamping polishes now. So this is a nice metallic green. It's kind of like a candy apple green. And one of my favorite polishes from Clear Jelly actually is this one, and it's number 46. And it's like an olive green color. And these, I just love the metallic stamping polishes from CJS. So it's nice to see a green one here like this. They do have this one, which is number 44, but it is a little bit lighter. This is more olive tone. And then they have this one here too, which is number 26, another favorite of mine, and it's a little bit brighter than that. So when it comes to green stamping polishes, I feel like you just can't have too many because you use them a lot. I use them a lot anyway for like floral nails. Also, when I'm putting my polish on here, I tend to put quite a bit and just do one side as opposed to putting polish on the entire thing. And then my light flick, go immediately in and go straight for the stamping. You do want to make sure you're working quickly because these dry super fast. So I just think on lighter tones it just might not show up as well, but I wouldn't call it sheer by any means because I definitely think that it is a pigmented color. It's just more lighter tone than I originally thought it was going to be. Number 101. It is a really nice kind of teal color. Looks a little duochrome. Yeah, kind of depending on how the light hits it, it either looks blue, green, or gold. So let's see how this one stamps. Oh my gosh, throwing this around. Now this dries super quick because this is my second time doing this. And I'm just gonna hold it there a little bit longer. So if you notice that your polishes are drying rather quickly or anything, if you just hold it, generally it transfers pretty well. There we go. I love this. I have been waiting for a color from Clear Jelly like this one. This is what 101 looks like. A great metallic teal. I'm so excited to see this color. I know I have been wanting a color like this. They have one, it's this one. It's number, oh gosh, I don't even know what the number of this one is. My little sticker came off. But it is a metallic teal as well, but it's quite a bit lighter. So for the designs where I wanted a teal color, this just didn't work very well. It was just lighter, and I don't think it shows up as good on stamping as this particular one does. So I'm really excited to see this one in this collection. So this is number 102, and it is initially 102 and 103. When I first saw them, I initially thought this one was a copper and this was more of a rose gold. But now that we're kind of looking at them, like they definitely have more of a pink hue to them. So this is like a pink gold, number 103. 102, and then number 103 is like a darker version of that, which these colors are so pretty. I actually have a couple gel colors like this that I absolutely love. So let's start with number 102. Okay, this one looks like it's kind of sheer, so interested to see how it goes on. Okay, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I would definitely say that this one is another one of those lighter shades. It showed up pretty sheer on the white, but it's actually kind of interesting because it gives it a really neat pearl effect, and then on the black, it just looks like a gold. So that's definitely a unique stamping color to anything that I have in my collection, but it is kind of sheer, so yeah, neither of these are rose gold, so I don't know why I thought they were in the packaging. Ooh, this is pretty on the white. This is what 103 looks like. So it stamps really nice on the white. Like it shows up just this beautiful, like rosy, goldy pink color. And then on the black, it actually looks more like a rose gold, like a hardware rose gold. And you guys know how picky I am about my rose gold. So currently from Clear Jelly Stamper, we have this one, which is called Sweet Baby Rose. It's actually named after my daughter. And it is like that pinky kind of rose gold, like the iPhones. In my opinion, this is not like an actual rose gold. It's more like a champagne pink, but it's really, really nice. I've been requesting like a rose gold. So currently the one that I have been using is this one, which is Essie's Penny Talk, I believe. And I just stamped it on here because I kind of wanted to see how they compared. And it's really interesting because when I stamped it, this one now looks more pink. Like it's not really like that rose gold. Whereas like this one from Clear Jelly Stamper, so it definitely has more of like that rose gold type of tinge, whereas this looks like a pink metallic now. So I don't know, I feel like we're getting closer, especially when you stamp this on darker tones. It definitely looks more like that hardware rose gold. And then it's interesting because on the white tones, it just looks like kind of like a nice pinky gold type of color, but we're getting there. We're getting closer to that rose gold that I want. Number 104, and it is a nice green shade. And we do have colors similar to this one, which I've already shown. This is number 44. In comparison to the number 100, it's a little bit more chartreuse type of color. This is number 43, and it's just a little bit lighter than number 43. These are kind of the pearly greens that we have. This one definitely has more of a gold tinge to it than the 43 does. Too. You cannot judge polish colors in the bottle until you actually stamp them, because look at that, it totally shows up different on the light or dark colors. This is what number 104 looks like. This is a really interesting green because depending on how the light hits it, it either looks gold or it looks green. It's definitely like duochrome, which is really neat. On the black though, it looks like it just has one color, but on the white, it has a lot of depth to it. That's really cool. This in combination with the 101, that kind of teal color, would just make such fantastic mermaid nails. This is number 105, and this is an orange. And again, we do have some oranges from Clear Jelly, but nothing like this that's like an orange metallic. We've got like this gold metallic color. This is number 20. Then we've got some of their brighter oranges, which is number 22. This one, which is a little bit like this is kind of a cross between a yellow and an orange, almost like a mustard yellow. This is number 14. This is actually one of my favorite ones. This is number 28, but it's more of like a copper color. We have nothing like this that's like an orange metallic. It's funny because these look like they're gonna be sheer when I stamp them on here. Oh, this doesn't even look like orange. That's interesting. It definitely looks more yellow. This is what number 105 looks like. It's interesting. It's kind of like a mustard yellow, like a metallic mustard yellow. It is not very orangey, but I think that if you kind of combined this on a white, like you stamped like the base of this as a pumpkin and then outlined in black, it might look a little bit more orange, but interesting. I was not expecting it to look like that. And then on the black, it just kind of looks like a light metallic gold. And the last color in the collection, number 106, this is a purple, a metallic purple, which you guys know, I am here for this. I am here for this. And the metallic purples that we have, I've actually been requesting a color like this because we have like a light metallic purple. This is number 35. It's got a lot of silver tones to it. Then we have this one, which is number 49, which is more of a pearl than metallic. And then this one, which is number 47. It is more of like a cool tone purple, I guess. Like it almost looks like a steel color. This is another holographic one. This is number H7. And then we have this one, which is number 48, which is another metallic purple and a little bit darker. So there's nothing like this that's like a metallic kind of purple. This is 106, so a light purple metallic, but again, depending on how the light hits it, it definitely has like a gold kind of sheen to it, and it shows up really nicely on the white. It shows up really good on the black too, and I love the little gold hue that's in really all of these colors. Okay, so this is the new stamping polish collection that we have from Clear Jelly Stamper. I really like this polish collection. I think there's a lot of versatility to this collection. It's definitely like a collection you could use all year round for hundreds of thousands of different type of nail art. Specifically though, number 101 is my favorite. It is something I have been waiting for. I love how bright and bold and pigmented it is too. Like you can just see there, like if you're looking at this, you really have a tough time seeing the black and the white kind of shining through. Your focus is mainly on the stamping polish, which is something that I really, really like about this. Whereas some of the other ones, you can tell that they're just a little bit more sheer. They still stamp really nice, but they're not as bold and metallic as this particular number 101 is. I'm really happy with this one actually. When I first stamped it, this is the 105, the kind of rose goldy one. I wasn't too sure if I actually thought it was kind of a rose gold, but on the black, it definitely has that like rose gold hue to it, that hardware rose gold. And then we have this purple metallic that I have also been looking for. This one's actually really cool. This one's growing on me too. I think this is a good fall one, but it's a nice collection. I think there's a lot of things that you can do with this collection. And I just love when Clear Jelly Stamper launches new polish collections, because even though they now have 106 stamping polishes, I feel like there's never too many. You can never have too many stamping polish colors in your collection. But comment below and let me know know what you guys think of this collection. Are you going to be picking it up? Are you just gonna grab a couple of them? You can order this collection in both the full collection or individual colors too. That is something that's really nice about it too, just in case there was just a couple that's maybe missing from your lineup that you wanted to grab. Make sure you're following me on all my social media, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.